We're going to talk about a very interesting concept, and it's what I call plate spinning. Plate spinning is basically like the red pill alpha male's version of relationships. Another word for this, which actually for you younger guys, I think you'll understand more, is situationships. So when I was growing up, the phrase was plate spinning, but nowadays, like I hear a lot of younger kids call it situationships. This is where basically it's not like an official relationship, but it's kind of like a sexual relationship with someone where there's a lot of love and emotions, but it's not like the sort of committed, exclusive relationship of the blue pill. So that's like the way to explain it. The blue pill guy wants like the relationship, the marriage. He wants to lock the woman down and say, hey, I won't sleep with any more girls. I won't do my sexual strategy. We'll just do your one. It's okay. That's the blue pill. He's the one who's going for the full relationship. Like, you know, hey guys, like we're in a relationship, everybody. The more red pill you are, the less of a relationship will interest you, especially as you get higher level. You might not feel this right now, but I'm telling you, when you get to a certain level, there's really not any gain of being in a relationship apart from if you want to have kids, which, like I said to you, probably wait till we're all about 35 years old. So I don't want to have kids right now. I don't want to get like married or anything. So for me, and for guys who are like ultra successful in their 20s, like I'm one of the most successful guy in my 20s in the entire world. Like there's 1,000 actors and some singers and some other influencers, and that's it. In my 20s, I'm jacked, I'm confident, I'm rich, whatever. So let me just explain to you how this works. There's not that much value of me getting into a committed relationship. I already have too much sex. Like I already have too many girls who want to fuck me, and I like the variety of that. And so for me to get into a relationship, to cut off all the women just for one woman, the blue pill world is like, oh, when you meet the right girl, when you meet a girl who's like, bro, I've met the right girl tons of times. Girls who are high quality, girls that you genuinely would think are wife quality. And it's like, I'd rather just like fuck them for free. So that's just the more red pill you get, the more you'll kind of look at committed relationships and be like, yeah, like, why would I even want that? Like maybe when I want to have children, I'll consider that, fine. But before I want to have children, what's the gain of me getting into this like very public, committed, exclusive, monogamous relationship? What's the gain? The love that a lot of people, you know, the blue pill loves to say, you get more of the love as the red pill situationship guy. That's what's really brutal. You know how the blue pill, like happy guys, oh yeah, I'm a good boy, I want love and partnership and friendship. You get a more pure version of that actually as the red pill situationship. Can you tell why? Why would the red pill guy get more like real love, joy, and friendship in a situationship compared to the blue pill guy in a relationship? Do you know why? Because in a relationship, women actually wear a mask. They very much hide the truth about them, especially to these blue pill guys. You can tell why. When a girl starts dating a guy who's a bit of a blue pill nice guy, she's not gonna tell him the truth. She's not gonna say like, oh, fuck me in my ass. She's not gonna say, oh yeah, you know, I love having two guys at once or whatever. She's not gonna tell him the truth because they're going to this very conventional, very blue pill relationship. Women automatically know they have to sell this guy the fairy tale. When you position yourself as the red pill alpha and you go for more of these situationships, which I call plate spinning, girls show you the true version of them. They tell you the most dirty stories. They literally completely open up in a way that they would never do, even for their own husbands. I know for a fact there'll be some blue pill guys watching this thinking, no, that's not true. No, she wouldn't do that. I'm telling you. There is so many conversations I've had with a girl where I know for a fact she would never ever say that to her blue pill boyfriend or husband. And here's the interesting thing. The girls have more of like a romantic, memorable, beautiful experience in the situationship, which is shorter term in nature. So it begs the question, what's the gain for you to going into a monogamous relationship? There's the risk of cheating. There's the very clear fact that your motivation in life often goes down when you cut off your sexual strategy. A lot of guys love to say like, oh no, when I met my girl, I became more motivated. And it's like, you're 25% body fat. What are you on about? Like, what are you on about, you fucking fat bastard? Like, there's so many guys who are like, no, my woman's so inspiring. I'm like, bro, like, fuck, you're kind of fat. What are you on about? When you are single and you are aligned to the red pill, I am telling you, at least for me, and I'm telling you for every guy I've met so far, you'll be so much more inspired to work hard. You know why? Because there's infinite girls that you can fuck. There's no constraints. And the experiences you'll have with these girls, because I'm not talking about one night stands, by the way, like you go out to the club, you get a girl, you're both drunk, you have sex with her, you never speak to her again. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the more of the sort of situationship where there's a lot of love, but there isn't an official relationship. So you fuck this girl a few times a week, you go on crazy dates with each other, you go on like adventures. She thinks of you as like this incredibly hot, fun guy who's adventurous, who's jacked, and you do like, you know, like romantic shit, like you pick her a flower whilst you're walking with her, you drive, you stop driving and you get out the car to pick a flower from the side of the road and give it to her. You do that type of shit, bro. Girls fucking love that. And you will as well. You have all of the beautiful joy of a romantic relationship without the constraints that make you a blue pill spurg. There's genuinely, apart from having kids, there's zero arguments why a man should be saying, yeah, the blue pill relationship. But there'll be a lot of guys, you know why? Because they're still under the same fucking brainwashing that all of us were on, which was like, no, but relationships are really good. They're the most beautiful part of life or whatever. It's just basically the guy's giving up his own sexual strategy. And also, a lot of these guys are just really weak. They don't hold frame. They would absolutely love to have this kind of like situationship kind of relationship with like multiple girls at the same time. They would love to open up their phone and there's like 4 girls who are texting them, not just sexual stuff, maybe some sexual stuff, but like also like this sweet relationship, this love, this connection. They're asking for advice. You'd love to have 5 girls when you check your WhatsApp. You'd love to, right? But a lot of guys will act like, no, I wouldn't like that. It's just the blue pill psyoping that we spoke about. So plate spinning or situationship is, imagine like you've got all of the love and the romance of a relationship, perhaps even more so because relationships come with way more conflict. You've got all of those emotions, even heightened emotions with the sex, but then with none of the commitments. You are the guy that she fucks and loves, but she thinks to herself, yeah, but he doesn't want to get into a relationship. And she's saying that to her friends, like, yeah, but he won't make me his girlfriend. Even though she sounds like she's complaining, she's kind of flexing you there, saying, oh, he's so high value, he's a red pill guy, that's rare. And all of her girls will be like hyping her up, saying, oh, yeah, he's such an asshole, he won't date you seriously. And they're thinking, oh, I might actually fuck this guy too. You can have multiple situationships. You can have multiple plates at the same time. So plate spinning, if I tell you the analogy that first was when I learned this like 10 years ago. Do you know, imagine if we all went to a circus, there's like a guy who spins plates on like a little stick. So you get a stick, you spin the plate, and then you get another stick, you spin the plate, and then you get like more and more, and maybe you balance one on your nose, and each one is like, each stick has got a plate that's spinning and spinning and spinning. And the idea is that each plate that's spinning is each girl that's in your life. And naturally, as you add more, the one that you've not been focused on, the plate falls and crashes to the floor, which is just completely what happens in these kinds of relationships. You'll have multiple girls at the same time that you're interested in. One might be your main focus. That'll be like your right-hand woman, like your right-hand plate. That's the one that you mainly will focus on. And that little girl who comes into your life, and then she's kind of annoying, or the plate doesn't spin so well, so you don't give a fuck. New girl comes into your life, yeah, it's pretty good, you maintain them, but your focus is on this one. New girl comes into your life, and she's even more impressive than your current girl right now, because she's acting up as well. You focus more on spinning this one. You have this kind of like abundance mentality where if one of these plates spin off the little stick and it breaks, it's okay, because you've got like 4 more at the same time. Compare that to the blue pill strategy where he's got one girl. All of his eggs are in one basket. People like to pretend that's so beautiful. Is it really? Like, really think about it. Like, it's interesting that the whole world promotes that thing, right, of the guy should be monogamous. It's so much better. But is it really? Would you feel more powerful with one woman who loves you or with multiple? And really ask yourself why. Because if anyone's going to say, yeah, with one, because it's, I just want one girl who loves me. Again, it's just the deep ingrained blue pill fucking gynocentric fucking psyoping that we've been through. A healthy man would say, oh, well, multiple. It's just kind of hard and I'm not sure if I can achieve that. And if you, for example, want kids right now, then you might say, no, I just want one. I just want to get married and have children. Okay, fine. That's the only sort of disclaimer I'd give you here, the only exception. But if you're actually a fucking healthy man, you'll be thinking like, bro, if I could have like 4 girlfriends at the same time, that'd be pretty fucking sick. I don't think that's even fucking possible. But if I could, that'd be fucking awesome. Like, imagine the variety. I open up my WhatsApp, there's messages from each girl, and I'm so in love with each of them. And I love spending time with each of them. And if one girl, starts misbehaving or she cheats or she does any bullshit, it's okay because I've still got my other girls. That's how a man, like that is a man's sexual strategy. This is why the plate spinning, the situationship, is the relationship of the red pill alpha male as opposed to the singular focus of the beta male blue piller. A big reason why the red pill guys prefer this kind of setup and why those like alpha male types don't particularly like the singular blue pill relationship is for certain men, for especially healthy kind of animalistic men, your biggest source of motivation will come from women. When you constrain yourself and you've got one girl, for me personally and for guys I've seen like me, we actually start getting lazier and lazier and lazier because you feel so like I've already got the girl. You probably know if this is you, if you're watching this and you've had like a relationship before. And it's interesting. So everyone says like, no, when I got the relationship, my life went better. For a lot of guys, you stop working hard. And I'm telling you, if that's you, I'm telling you, you're supposed to be a red pill guy. Because if the hardest times you work are when you're single or when you're just kind of casually fucking a few girls or maybe even multiple girls, you're way more on the red pill side. Now, there probably is some guys who end up better off in one relationship, and by all means go ahead, by the way. You know, this video, this whole course, I feel kind of negative towards like the blue pill, whatever. The whole point of the red pill is you doing what you want. If you want the monogamous relationship, by all means go ahead. My problem with it is that a lot of guys don't actually want it. They just believe they do because of the bullshit programming. If you genuinely are becoming more red pilled, and like the biggest thing of the red pill is just behave like an alpha, know what you want. And if you genuinely want like a monogamous relationship, then by all means, absolutely go ahead. It's just that most guys actually don't want that. So how is this different from normal dating? Let's say the blue pill guy, right? So he's single, he's kind of working on himself, and then he meets a girl, and then, you know, they meet on like dating apps or cold approach or social circle, whatever. They go on a date, they go on 2 dates, they go on 3 dates. She says, you know, he wants to have sex, but she says, no, let's wait a little bit, even though she didn't make other guys wait for it. They keep dating 1 month, 2 months, okay, they have sex. They start getting into like a bit more of a committed relationship because he understands he has to make her his girlfriend first. She forces him to give her this sort of public commitment, which is a big part of the blue pill, even though she didn't force the red pill guys to do that. And then that's like, okay, boyfriend, girlfriend, maybe they move in together and they eventually have like, you know, marriage and kids, and they are exclusive together, even though there's a lot of cheating that happens in those relationships. How that's different for what I'm talking about here with plate spinning is, let's say, okay, you're a single guy, you discovered the red pill, you're on self-improvement, you go into the gym, there's a girl over there you like, you go and speak to her. Maybe you go on a date with her, maybe you end up dating her and fucking her, but you don't get exclusive with one girl. When one girl says like, are you sleeping with other girls? You kind of like expertly navigate the conversation to tell her the truth, but in a nice way, where basically the girl understands, okay, this is the type of guy who's red pilled, and he's like not gonna just settle with one fucking girl right now. Girls in your life start to understand, oh yeah, this guy's not looking for a relationship, but you still can have very loving experiences with these girls. It's just that you refuse to sort of get into this like committed monogamous relationship because you're thinking, yeah, like I don't actually want to. I would only do that just because I like this girl, but I don't actually want to like not speak, you know, not go cold approach new girls. Like I don't think any guy would actually, if you're watching this, I don't think any single one of us would say, yeah, like I want to give up the ability to go cold approach new girls. I want to like I don't want to flirt with any new girls now. There'd be no guy with healthy levels of testosterone who'd actually say that, right? This is why guys are naturally more red pilled. It's just that like we've been sold this blue pill thing, which is like once you meet a girl and she's really high quality, then you should just be monogamous because she's the special girl, whatever. And to that, by the way, because I know there'll be some guys thinking, okay, well, this red pill thing makes sense and situationship, whatever, okay, I could do this. But when I meet a really good girl, then I'd go monogamous. What I'm telling you is be careful. Be very careful. I really think there is like the myth of the good girl. Please trust me on this. I meet your good girls every single day. I meet girls you genuinely would think are genuinely marriage material. Like every guy in the world would genuinely think is marriage material. They bleed all over my couch, all over my bed. Don't you fucking, like, bro, I fuck them within hours of meeting them. Don't you think that any of these girls who seemingly are like wife quality are actually wife quality? I promise you. This isn't like, you know, oh, Hamza just meets D-gen girls. I promise you. The type of girls, like my cameraman's like, but we know this shit, bro. The type of girls I meet in, I'm telling you, you would not think they were hoes. I promise you, you would not think that. What I'm saying is, don't you think that this sort of like blue pill relationship is fine if you meet like a wife quality girl, because that wife quality girl I've still smashed on the first date. She's gonna make you wait 3 months. She didn't even make me wait at all. Just think about that. Suddenly she's not wife quality, right? But you wouldn't have known. This is why I really think men are better off just sticking to the red pill side up until you're absolutely ready to have children. Then, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll update you with my future kind of understandings of how to have children in this kind of dynamic. Because I don't know right now. But I'm telling you, before you are absolutely ready to get a girl pregnant, stick on the red pill side, bro. I'm telling you, there's just very little benefit to the blue pill for guys like us. For the bitch guys who, they've got no chance with girls and they finally have a girl who's into them, by all means go ahead. But you're a man on self-improvement. You will start to attract more and more and more girls. When you especially move over, you start making some money online and you move to like an environment where it's super easy to meet girls. You, within the next few years, will have a time where there's so many girls who want to fuck you that you'll literally have to start deciding who you want to see today. And it'll be kind of a bit annoying. Yesterday, I had a girl who was already ready to come over. She got ready. She got like one of the bike drivers to pick her up. And I told her, cancel it. I'm just going to hang out at mine because I'm just tired instead. She wanted to come over and get fucking pounded. And I've got to that level of abundance where I can just cancel it. And it's like, it's fine. I'll see her in a few more days. That's like, bro, I'm telling you, you need this level of abundance as a young man because you will look at the world and women differently. So plate spinning, these situationships give you massive experience with women where you will experience things that no one will believe. Like I'm telling you, if you stay down this path, some of the things I've said in here, you'll experience yourself. And you'll be there bending with a girl bent over. There'll be a splash of blood that comes out. You'll be like, oh shit, Hamza wasn't actually lying. Or, you're like some of these things I'm telling you, you'll experience for yourself and you'll be like, holy shit, everything that Hamza said so far has come true. Some of the things he said sound crazy, like don't get into the monogamous relationship for another 10 years. But I kind of get why he said that because everything else he said was true actually. So maybe I should just listen to that. When in doubt, always remember Hamza's golden rule, just do what you want. The truth is, when you're single, you're on self-improvement, you're cold approaching girls, you're texting, you're getting a six-pack, you're leveling up. The truth is, bro, you don't want to stop like sort of being single, flirting with girls. Be honest, you didn't. You'll be talking to multiple girls at once when you're single. You'll feel good about it. And when one girl kind of almost forces you into monogamy, that's when you might start to consider it, thinking, oh, but she's a really high quality girl. And if I get her on self-improvement, then she could be wife quality in 5 years from now. But just stop and ask yourself, what is it you want? You want this girl whilst you're fucking new girls and you're still approaching new girls. Don't you lie to yourself and say, yep, I actually want to be committed and I don't want to flirt with any new girls. I don't want to cold approach any new girls now. If you're watching this so far, because I know all the blue pill guys would have been offended by now, but if you're watching this so far, I'm telling you, bro, there'll be a time very soon when you'll be doing good with girls and then there'll be a girl who basically is trying to force you to get into the monogamous relationship instead of this red pill kind of plate spinning. And when that happens, you need to hold frame and find out your best way to maneuver it to say, nope, this is the lifestyle for me. Every single time I have broken frame and gotten into that blue pill monogamous relationship, I've regretted it. And again, remember what I just told you. With these girls who you meet who end up, they are higher quality than the rest of the girls you meet, and they want you to get into the sort of blue pill relationship. When you hold frame and you're really attractive and confident, you can keep fucking these girls usually anyway, which is what you wanted in the first place. I couldn't imagine there's many guys who are watching this who actually don't want to flirt with girls, who don't want to like pound more girls. And again, you don't have to, by the way. If you're watching this, if you're like Muslim, by the way, and you want the relationship, by all means go ahead. But you should know what you want and you should align to what you want. Not because a little girl is telling you, no, we've got to get into a relationship. No, fuck that. Because you want to, not because someone else told you to. The rule here is to not lie to yourself, to remember Hamza's golden rule, know what you want. It'll be so easy for you when you meet a girl who's pretty great for you to think, oh, you know what? Yeah, but getting into a relationship with her would be sick. Like I've done these gay little journaling sessions where I'm thinking about a girl and I end up writing something like, yeah, it'd be so sick and I'll get her to meditate with me for 10 years and then she'll be wife quality. Fuck you. Just turn your fucking brain off and be honest. What do you want? Chances are when there's a girl who seems pretty high quality, you basically want her as like one of this plate, like this sort of situationship thing where she's invested into you, she doesn't speak to new guys, you fuck her, you have amazing times with her, but you're still allowed to flirt with other girls and you still want to. You actually would want the red pill dynamic, it's just that it feels kind of scary for you to implement. But I'm telling you, when you stay hard on this and you're like, no, I just do this kind of like dating style, more often than not, girls will get pissed off at you and then they'll just kind of stay in this relationship style with you anyway. Like, I can't believe I only started doing this now rather than years ago. Don't break the frame for this. Fight for it. And this means sometimes you're going to lose the girl. Sometimes there's going to be a girl who says, no, got to be a relationship, got to be a relationship. And if you hold frame, she might leave. One of the plates falls down. But that's okay. You know why? Because you're just doing what you want. Don't change what you want and try and delude yourself with the gay little journaling session. Yeah, you know what? Sarah is actually wife quality. I'm really going to date. Don't you fucking lie to yourself. Don't lie. Don't do any gay journaling. Just ask yourself, what do I want? And 99 times out of 100, you'll say, actually, I quite like this fucking red pill lifestyle. I don't actually want to change it. I've wasted years of my life over the last like 5-10 years getting into these random little relationships that I look back to now and I'm like, why? Like, you were living such a happy life. Every time I stepped into the blue pill shit, my life went down every single time. And people ask me why, what went wrong? I'm like, because it's not who the fuck I am. I'm not some blue pill little beta male, and that's not how I want to live my life. It's like someone makes you be left-handed now. Why would I don't want to be left-handed. I don't want to be in a fucking monogamous relationship just because there's a girl who says, no, I want to get married. I'm telling you, those girls say that to me. When I say no and I hold frame, a few days later, we start fucking again. So don't you think that like you'll lose the good girl. Sometimes you will. Sometimes you got to take the elbow. Maybe about 50% of the times you actually won't lose the girl. She'll just keep fucking you till she finds her husband, which then will red pill you further to think, holy fuck, like some guy's gonna fucking marry her and I've been smashing her casually and some guy will think that she's wife quality. Holy shit, you'll keep getting more red pilled when you stay in this kind of lifestyle with plate spinning situationships. So now a question comes, should you get into a monogamous relationship? Hamza's golden rule, just do what you want. If you genuinely, for some reason, you want to go that way, then go ahead. I would argue that the only reason why you'd consider it is because you've been brainwashed by the sort of blue pill propaganda. Even religion, by the way. Even religion. You know what's interesting about religion? I have quite a lot of respect for religion, but you have to remember, religion and the enforcement of monogamy was made for the beta males. In all religions, the sort of alpha males, the leaders, the kings, even those who were religious, always still had multiple wives. Always. Think about you've heard the story of King Henry, right? He had like 7 wives and each wife kept on giving him a daughter, so he'd get them killed and have another wife because he wanted a boy, right? I'm telling you, he was a Christian or Catholic or something. Every fucking strong man, even of religions, has multiple women. So don't you listen to the same, bro, it's fucking brainwashing, which is like religions, Hollywood movies, everything. It's made to convince the beta males that they should get into a monogamous relationship because that's like the way that we make the masses of men productive. Otherwise, they'll just like sit around and they'll do nothing. But if you think you can become one of the best men in the world, which by following me and doing what I say, you can literally have seen the progress I've made in 5 years, which is possible, then you don't have to follow the same rules. I know that sounds crazy. You don't have to follow the rules of your religion, but I'm telling you, the fucking leaders, kings, rulers of your religions don't. And they're told by the priests and imams that it's actually fine. So don't you fall for this lie to think, yeah, I want to be blue pill, relationship because of religion, because of marriage, whatever. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. The powerful men in all kinds of societies, in all religions, are allowed to have multiple women. In fact, they're kind of encouraged for it. Why? Because it's a better experience for the women. Why would a powerful man just have one woman and take care of one woman and have 3 children when he can have like 20 different women or 500? A lot of kings had harems, right? They had like fucking hundreds of women and hundreds of children because he's a fucking king. He can look after them all. He can provide for them all. If anything, it's a weird selfish thing. Like if you think you're going to become a top performer, right? If you think you're going to become like a genuine fucking leader, rich guy, it's a fucking selfish thing for you to have 1 wife and 2 kids. Well, why wouldn't you have fucking like 4 women and fucking 20 kids that you could look after and fucking repopulate the earth? So just ask yourself, what is it you want? And if the answer is the blue pill thing, I would say, okay, fine, I get that, but please just be honest and think, why is it really? Is it because you think you should? Is it because you've been conditioned to think that that's the good boy thing? Because you've fallen victim to the beta male blue pill propaganda, the fucking big men, like the real men, the fucking kings and stuff, they literally will push forward this message of monogamy of religion, but they won't actually like follow that bit themselves. So just be careful. Be careful of that. You are still allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. You should know what it is you want. So should you get into a monogamous relationship? Number 1, Hamza's golden rule. If you don't want to, then don't. If you do, then go ahead and consider it. But let me just break down some things in terms of getting into a monogamous blue pill relationship. Basically every girl I've ever met in my life is not worthy. Just think about that. Now, it would be easy for us to say, oh yeah, Hamza, you're only meeting hoes. It'd be so easy for you to say that. I wouldn't blame you if you said that. But I'm telling you right now, bro, if you hung out with me in Bali, you would be surprised at how like non-hoe-like the girls that I have in my life are. You'd be like, oh shit, like some of them, I don't blame it. They are fucking hoes, of course. But like, bro, some of the girls you'll see me speaking to, you'll be like, oh shit, she looks like a wife quality. She's dressed up modestly, no tattoos, modest Instagram. Oh, that's interesting. I'm telling you right now, there's almost no women in the modern day who are worthy of the sort of monogamous relationship, the marriage. You know why? What is marriage? What is it for? You know, oh, I'm a traditional girl, I really like marriage. No, but why would you get married to a girl who's not a virgin? That was the point of marriage. The trade, the contract of marriage was that you would basically put your resources and your sort of commitment on the line because she was a clean virgin who was untouched before you. Women these days, bro, there's almost no woman who's actually bringing that side of the contract. Girls talk about, like, they'll say it to me, they'll talk about marriage and stuff, and I always just think in my head, like, but you've been smashed before me. That automatically means you're not marriage material. But the blue pill guys will be like, nope, you can't say that. I've had sex too, and like they'll be like just fucking weird about it. I'm like, no, but that was the point of marriage, was that she was supposed to be a virgin. I'm telling you right now, bro, I've not really met any girls who are worthy of like even a fucking blue pill long-term relationship, never mind a marriage. And there's been so many girls in my life who I can tell you, bro, before they were with me and also with me, they have been hoes, but they are trying to enforce monogamy for the guy. Basically, it's like a beta male test. They'll act like they're only going to spend time with you if you're getting into a monogamous relationship. And maybe it's true, but they've been hoes before. So automatically that means that that's an unfair price to pay. You should be seeing monogamy as like a cost, as a price of saying like, yep, I'm going to give up my fucking like red pill alpha male, like the man's sexual strategy to fulfill her sexual strategy. And that can make sense if she's a pristine, virgin, housewife, beautiful, like she has got everything, and okay, she's gonna be the perfect mother, but don't you bullshit yourself. You're meeting a girl who's fucked 4 guys before you, minimum, maybe more like 12, and she's like, and you know, she can't even fucking cook, but you're like sat here like a fucking douchebag little self-improvement dork, like, oh, but I'll get her to go to the gym and to meditate for 10 years, and then she'll be worthy. Fuck you, don't be a little small dick little bitch, bro. I'm telling you, all these fucking girls, they are not worthy of the monogamous relationship. I am telling you, every now and then I'll see one of my students talking about like, oh, but I met the perfect girl, and I can just look through the pictures and be like, bro, he's gonna be hurt. Give it 3 months, 6 months, he'll be back here saying, oh yeah, I found out that she had a hookup before me, she had 2 hookups before me. If there's a girl who's a pristine fucking virgin, so she's bringing the side of the marriage, which is literally like the woman's side, then it could make sense. But I'd even argue, you know what, I'd even argue that's not ideal either. Look, my parents had that dynamic. My dad was supposed to be like the red pill guy, and he was. And then my mum was like the religious woman, untouched. And their marriage has probably been miserable. You know why? Because my dad's a fucking red pill man like me. What happens when you take a red pill guy and you make him play the role of like a house husband, father? He's not going to show up in the best way. That guy's supposed to travel around the world, live with his boys, make money, play team sports, and bang a lot of fucking women. You're not supposed to, like some men are not supposed to get into the relationship. And even if you found the girl who's the fucking untouched fucking religious woman who prays 5 times a day, you can still be really fucking miserable in your life. So it's like, what is it all for? Well, it's for having children, and you know, children's really important. Well, if you show up in the relationship, in the marriage, in the family, you know, basically like poorly because you weren't supposed to be the family man, as my dad was supposed to be, then your children are not really gonna like you that much. Like, imagine you are supposed to be like the red pill alpha male. You're supposed to basically just mostly stay single your entire life. You're supposed to be like the cool uncle. Maybe you'll still have some children, but you're supposed to just relatively not be in the blue pill marriage, whatever. And imagine you do actually just get married because you think, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm 30 and you know, you're supposed to do it and this girl's really nice. And yeah, I wanted to get married anyway. That blue pill's awesome, yeah. And imagine you just like, she fucks you less. She starts treating you the blue pill way. You know that like, oh shit, that red pill thing. Yeah, Hamza was so right, whatever. You would just feel caged. You wouldn't show up to your wife, to your children. Nobody wins when a red pill man starts acting blue pill. Nobody wins. One more point about the quality of the girls these days is a lot of girls will act all kind of traditional with you when they've had the sexual past, right? This is like a common thing we see today. But you know what's brutal? The girls with the sexual past will say, no, monogamy, a blue pill, I want to be in a relationship. They're going to have more hookups in the future. Don't you believe the myth of the girl who was a red pill hoe and now she's good? Don't you believe it? This idea of like, yeah, but the past is the past, and I've also fucked in the past too, whatever. No. I'm telling you right now, these girls who have had like a bit of a red pill experience, they're not done hooking up with guys. The girl that you're speaking to who says, no, I just want a relationship, it's got to be, like the monogamous thing, whatever. I'm telling you, she's going to have another hookup this year. Like the average girl will have at least 1 to 2 hookups every single fucking year. And she's telling you, no, you've got to date me for 3 months first. You've got to court me. No, you've got to pay the full price whilst other guys get my pussy for free. So be careful, because the girl who's acting like she's like monogamous, whatever, she's still sucking and fucking, bro. I promise you, every week, every few days, I'll meet a girl who's fully like, yep, I'm like, I don't like feminists. I like the traditional thing. I want to be traditional housewife. I want to have children. I want to live on a farm. Every few days I meet a girl like that, and I'm telling you, I fuck them within a few hours every single time. Which I know you're thinking, wait, that's wrong because that was like a wife calling. No, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Don't fall for the fucking lie. Those girls are not done hooking up yet. And I'm telling you, even like the normal girls who, live in the hometown and stuff, they're all the fucking same. Be very careful. If you're open to a relationship, be so careful, so careful, because a lot of these girls will show you a different, like they'll show you the sort of good girl thing. I can look past it and I can see the truth for what it is. You might not be able to. So all this to say, should you get into a monogamous relationship, bro, you might not, like, what's the value for you? You should genuinely start to like position yourself as like an alpha male. Think, yeah, like what do I gain from doing that? Like every red pill guy I speak to, we always like squint our eyes when we talk about it, because we're like, yeah, like what is there to be gained? I already fuck as much as possible. I've got 3 girls who love me right now. What would I gain from cutting off all the other women and just having one? That one woman that I choose, she would literally lose attraction towards me. Think about that. This is like the brutal thing. If you start to live the red pill life, the girl who's acting like, no, I just want you for myself, I don't want to share, that girl will lose attraction for you the more blue pill you get. It's such a common experience that now you've got guys who are older than you telling you, bro, hold fucking frame and be very careful of the monogamous relationship. If you absolutely want to, you absolutely need to have like a nuclear family for your children, you need to get married, okay, I would understand. Be very careful. Watch the rest of this course, because I still want you to show up as like the alpha male inside of that relationship. But I would tell most of the guys who are watching this, bro, I genuinely don't think there's that much value in being in a relationship with like the modern day woman. I think that there's more value in getting into like, you live your own life, but then you get into some like, you do some plate spinning basically. You've got this one girl you've been seeing for the past 6 months and she's awesome. And it's kind of like a relationship, but she knows that you're fucking other girls, but she's not. She's like committed to you. That's often the kind of dynamic I'm in, where I'll have one main girl, basically kind of like my girlfriend, but I don't really post her anywhere, and she won't speak to any guys. I've got like her fucking soul's mine, but she knows that I'm fucking, and she kind of like laughs about it a little bit, whatever. And then I'll just like have 2-3 other girls that I'm consistently sleeping with, whatever. And that's often what's been the most fulfilling by far. I'm telling you, there's basically zero gain in the relationship for a red-pilled guy. The blue-pill guy there is, you know why? Because he's unattractive, so the only way he can get some pussy is in a relationship. If you're watching this, you're building the aesthetic body, girls will give you their pussy for free without a fucking relationship. And they'll also, here's the thing, they'll literally also have loving experiences with you as well. So you should be asking yourself, like, what would I gain from being in a relationship? I'm telling you nothing. The modern woman literally performs better for you when you are single, like when she is in your sort of like, when you're plate spinning her like a situationship. She'll literally show up better than when you make things official. Remember those fucking words. The modern women these days will literally treat you better when they are your plates rather than your girlfriend. I promise, the next time you forget this course and you'll slightly think about it before you make some girl your girlfriend, I guarantee within a week from then, you'll notice her performance, the way she shows up will go down and down and down. And you'll be thinking to yourself, holy shit, these girls give you the best of them when you actually treat them like the plate spinning, like the, one of many compared to the one of one. It's the truth. So just be so fucking careful with going down this path.